What up, what up? I'm Ellis Williams, and this is On the Record. Today we're sitting down with Laina Rose, an artist whose sound blends pop, acoustic, and emotional storytelling into something honest and uplifting. We're getting into her track, Travel the Stars, a record centered around love, distance, and devotion, with a cinematic feel that opens the door for some powerful sync opportunities. So, let's dive in, unpack, and get on the record with Laina Rose. All right. Laina Rose is it's so great to have you on the show. I'm so happy for you to be here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So we've been representing you for we've been representing your music for what, a couple years now, right?
Yeah.
Travel to Stars was one of the early ones that I got to work with when I started working with Mirror House a couple years back, and I liked a lot of elements of that song. How any song that starts like acoustic and then you bring in like a nice hit halfway
Yeah.
through or near the end, like it really adds that dynamic element that a lot of music supervisors like, and I mean people just like it all together.
hmm
So yeah. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of Travel the Stars, I want to ask you a little icebreaker.
Sure.
Okay, okay, here we go. So everybody has that song that just makes them feel instantly good. What is that song for you?
That's hard.
I know. I had to get you one.
Like a feel good kind of like
Yeah,
a positive song, you mean?
yeah. It could be a positive. I mean, whatever song. I mean, sometimes I've heard people say, "Oh, well, I just heard a song where normally people would think, it's kind of a sad song," but for me, it just reminds me of a good moment in time. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean I always like I'm a big fan of like Imogene Heap and so I guess like her song Headlock like it's always like I used to listen to it when I was like in ninth grade playing Minecraft and it brings me back
Yeah.
to those times honestly, so it just
Nice.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it makes me feel good.
Okay. Would you say they're like an influence on your music?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely like a lot of her I just love like her individuality and like the way she experiments with sounds. It's just it's a big influence on my music.
That's cool. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Lena Rose does all her stuff. She writes it, she owns it, and she's the type of artist that a lot of entering artists in the industry strive to be. You know, a lot of times we have to try to find ways to make things work. People using AI now. People are going to their friends and stuff like that. But I love that you're able to just write these great melodies and lyrics and I think they translate. So with that said, I have to ask you, like, what is the moment or that sparked, if there is a moment that sparked Travel the Stars?
Um like I wrote it a while ago, so I'm trying like my best to remember when I wrote it, but I think it was 2020 and like it was during COVID, so
Ooh,
I was like
yeah.
I had just graduated college then, so I was like looking for work. I think I would just like spend a lot of time just focused on music then because like I had nothing to do, so I would sit like in my parents' porch and like with my guitar and just play music. So I think one day I just like I came up with that idea there. And I think like I guess lyrically what inspired it, like I was in a long distance relationship at the time and like things were really hard, like with COVID and everything, lots of stuff going on. So I think I just wanted to write something that was like, more like motivational, I guess like romantic and motivational.
No, that's lovely. God forbid if we ever have to go back into any kind of lockdown, that will be the song that I will have on my playlist for sure. So you mentioned that you kind of like were just playing your guitar on the porch. Is that like your process for writing a lot of music? You kind of just like use the guitar and then however you want to translate it onto I guess Logic or whatever you use to produce.
That like I think when I first started writing songs, it was like I would use my guitar or piano and like just, think of something on the instrument and like it would sort of like develop that way. And I think the way I've been writing it a lot more like in these past couple of years has been more like hook centric, where I wouldn't even like start with the guitar now. Like I would usually start with like just the melody in my head and like record it. I like use like iPhone memos a lot.
Hmm.
I think a lot of musicians do. But yeah, I would just like record that and then like now I just like record like I'll make a beat, like I'll like
Yeah.
beatbox it out and then I'll like literally just like sing the chord progression like 'cause I don't always have my guitar like on hand. So and then like I'll go and like actually translate it into like production because now
Yeah.
that I'm I think thinking more about the production side of just rather than just like approaching it as a songwriter, I'm like I have to think about like how I want it to sound like production wise, like with all the elements.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like you find yourself as a songwriter just, working on something else that's totally not music. It's just, oh, I'm working. I'm trying to just get some money on the side or whatever. And then all of a sudden that idea comes and you're just like, this is gonna drive me crazy. Thank goodness
Yeah.
we have a phone and a voice memo. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you probably have like just a long list of just bops and beeps and stuff that you
Yeah.
put in your phone that's
It's
just playing
probably like
over.
2000 at this point. I can't even
Oh
keep
my
track.
gosh. Oh, the what is it? RAM, is it RAM on your phone? Well, all the data or
Oh
whatever
yeah, it's like
is,
it takes a huge chunk of my storage.
yeah. Cool, cool. So all right, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So now I have to ask, have you like performed this song live? And if you have, how is it like translated?
I don't think I've performed it live. I haven't really been performing live in these past couple of years. I've been working and everything and trying to find time to produce. And I think I've been focusing more on like the production route than like I guess being a live performer. But yeah, but I have like I used to perform live in the past, I think before COVID hit.
Oh, that's actually a good thing to kind of touch on because I think there's a lot of musicians in general, like artists and musicians who before COVID, they were performing, they were out there, they were really trying to grow their fan base
Yeah.
directly with the fans, and then COVID kind of forced us to just like rethink what that career looks like and how we can reach people, and we kind of just like, well, you know what? Let me go on Instagram and build my community there. Or
Yeah.
in a lot of cases, we went to Sync and figure out how we can get into stuff there. So that's actually cool. So I guess if this was if COVID never happened, right? COVID never happened, but you still wrote this song. You still had all the elements that made this song happen. How would you see yourself performing this song? Would it just be you and just a piano, just completely acoustic, very intimate?
I think it would be more of like because it's a ballad,
Yeah,
I think it would be more of like me and a piano or a guitar. Maybe I'd have like someone on cajon. I don't know, like
yeah.
yeah, it'd be probably more of an intimate setting.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it because when I hear the vocals and just the reverb, the space that you're singing in, it's a really like almost like a haunting, almost kind of like a I don't know, maybe a requiem of sorts when it's almost like at the end of something and you're listening and you're just like, hey, I will travel the stars to find you. I know this isn't the end, but I will travel the stars. I will find you somehow. I guess the segue, how would you envision this being used in sync or in a film or commercial?
So I've actually had people tell me it sounds like Disney to them. So I feel like sort of like I don't know. I could definitely see it in like a Disney show or a movie, like even like a High School Musical type of thing.
Yeah. Oh
Definitely
yeah,
like
for sure. For
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
like a ballad. Like I feel like I guess you could have like lovers in a show, like they're separated and or maybe they're going through tough times and like that song comes on in the background or something. That's kind of how I
True,
imagine it.
true. I could almost, I mean, for sure, I definitely see it in a Disney Channel, maybe even a Hallmark movie,
Yeah.
maybe. And then if like perhaps just a short in a short like commercial, like just one of those things where
Yeah.
it's just a feel good kind of thing, and then you just your vocal just come in near the end. That would probably be really nice, really
Yeah,
nice.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about where you would see this and what people kind of tell you. Have they told you what emotions they felt when they heard this song? Like what kind of emotions were you hoping to get from your listeners?
Yeah, I mean, people that have like listened to it, I guess they think it's very like inspiring. And that's kind of like what I wanted to translate really like um I guess just like I wanted to be like romantic and inspiring and like I think when like as a songwriter when I'm writing it I don't think like about the second like when it's gonna go towards people and like they're actually gonna like perceive it. I'm just like writing it
Yeah.
and So it's hard for me to envision that, but that's definitely like, the kind of vibe I would give off. Like I want
Yeah.
people to know like no matter what you're going through, like it's important to, pursue the one you love. Like,
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think songwriters make the mistake of turning like the whole process into like a streamline. Oh, I want to get this, so I have to do it this way and yada yada. And you almost take the
yeah,
soul out of it, and you really can't control how people are gonna, receive your music and and receive your art. So it's kind of just be true to yourself, how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel a certain way, you never know. Somebody else might say like, "Oh, I don't see it at all," but but it works, right? Okay, cool, cool. All right, so we're gonna kind of wrap it up, but I do have a question for you because as we mentioned before we started, that like your sound has really evolved, since at least since I've been listening to you,
yeah.
and it's going like it's covering a lot more genres, like going like deeper into pop, but also a little bit of electronic, a little bit of rock. I really like that. Like, how did this song really represent you in your catalog overall?
I feel like, as an artist, like my Laina Rose project, I feel like that's more, it doesn't really like fit quite as well into that because I'm sort of going in a more like pop and electronic direction there.
Mhm.
But I think just as a songwriter and like producer, I'm just I'm always like experimenting with different sounds and different genres, and I'm trying to get like, collections of songs in each of those genres because I don't like being tied down to one thing. I like to have a lot of options. So I guess like, I'd like to write a lot more ballads too and just like have those on hand to pitch sometimes.
I dig that. Would you ever see yourself like reimagining some of your older stuff, like Travel the Stars? Maybe like making like a, I don't know, like a I don't know, a super house mix or a dance mix, or I don't know. Like,
I
would
could
you ever see that?
honestly see it in like a house kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I think
right.
when I first wrote it, I actually wanted it to be like um in that kind of style, but then I liked it better acoustic.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, you just made me think of another question. So, and I know there's moments that we all have where we have this song, but then other possibilities come from that. So any given day can just hit us with like, oh, but what if this was reggae? Like, wait, I know I meant for country, but what if this was reggae?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, I guess, navigate those moments and those hard decisions of just saying like, I want to go this direction, or I'm going to stand 10 toes down right here.
Those are honestly hard moments because sometimes, you know, I don't always have a ton of time because I do work a lot. But I like to produce both visions that I have in my head. Like I'll do like maybe take the hook and just do it both ways. And if I like one way better or if I think it fits better into like if I'm doing an album or something, I'll I'll stick to that one. And it's hard to decide sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, never hurts to do both, right? You
Yeah.
never know. You never know. Like, I guess in sync, from a lot of people I've talked with, a lot of producers in particular, they like to talk about just not like you mentioned earlier, not putting a dome over like your ideas and what you're trying to do. If
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck between two genres or two styles, doesn't hurt to do both and just nest them as another option in case somebody really likes it and they would love to get a different version. I know we've heard songs that became well known as what you call like jingles, and then they've created so many different types of the same song. So you never know. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you have new coming for us? May I ask?
Yeah, like I think I'm focusing kind of mostly on my Laina Rose project. And then also, I'm working on sync stuff as well. Yeah, for my Laina Rose project, I'm coming up with an album soon. I'm just like finishing up the songs for it. So I have like a couple things there that I'm gonna release, more electronic pop. Um, and then I'm also working on different projects. Like I said, I want to write like maybe like 10 songs in each style that like I like to explore and then I have it on hand to pitch. So I'm also working on like more of a pop R&B sound for like this isn't something that I would release, but something that maybe I would want to like pitch to artists or something like that who would be into it.
I'm completely with you on that. Same. That's really dope. I really appreciate it. And congratulations on all the new experiences that you're gonna have in these new genres. I know it's gonna be something. Get those memos done. Don't let those memos
Yeah.
sit for sure. Well, shoot, you have a great rest of your day. I really appreciate you coming to the show,
Yeah, of
everybody.
course.
Laina Rose. All right, clapping it up. Cool, cool. Stay connected with us on YouTube and Instagram for exclusive content, behind the scenes access, and the latest releases. For more in depth updates, stories, and insights, be sure to follow us on Substack. So, have a great rest of your day. Peace.